It is an extremely gloomy, rainy day here in Jersey, so we're going to just spend it being a little cozy, a little comfy. We're trying out a new coffee shop here that I've been seeing all over TikTok. So we made a little drive over to this place called Kalaya's. So we're gonna go right now and check it out, but we are just waiting for some of the rain to pass. Our toddler fell asleep in the back and we're both avoiding going inside because I think we both know that once we go upstairs, there's a whole host of house activities that we need to take care of, from laundry to cleaning, prepping dinner, literally everything, that we're both just like, we can sit in the car, it'll be fine. We have made our way back inside, but honestly, like, it is so gloomy that I just want to like curl up and take a nap with my toddler, but at the same time I feel like I just want to enjoy just like the quiet for a second. And I know my husband is the same, like he is probably just wanting to like sit around too, but I know how much better I will feel if like things are tidied up and put away and just like a little bit cleaned. Like, it is pretty clean already, but like I'll show you the reality of the situation in a little bit. But the reality of living like in a apartment is that it feels like things are always sort of a mess and a little misplaced, because it feels like, even, and also like with a toddler too, it feels like no matter like what you do, there is no like storage solution that actually works. I don't know what it is, but I've lived in 2 apartments ever since I left my parents' house, and in both apartments, or no, I've lived in 3 apartments since I left my parents' house, and in every apartment, like, figuring out storage solutions and organization solutions has always been a challenge for me, even though I think I am actually getting it much better in this apartment. So I am planning to make that like a separate video, like how to set up a 2-bedroom 1-bathroom apartment for like a growing family, because I think that's also just real life. Like, not everybody lives in a house, or if they do, like, it's probably not as big and spacious as we typically see online anyway. So I think like being able to like make the most of like smaller spaces is really important, and it's honestly a really good life skill to have, because it is really not realistic to believe that everybody is living like in the biggest, most spacious places that we see, like with the biggest people on TikTok, you know? So I think the game plan is going to be, let's go ahead and tidy up the kitchen, the living room, even though the living room always ends up messy again because my 2-year-old plays in here. So really sometimes like I'm like, is it worth it to like tidy it up? But I think it is worth it sometimes, because half the joy of my daughter playing is like the fact that she's able to go in and like make a mess. So I might just tidy it up for her so she can just have the joy of being able to take her stuff out again. I will say though that the good thing about living like in an apartment with a toddler is that there is not as much to clean, like if you were to live like in a bigger house. And also the other thing that's really nice about living in an apartment is, if you're like a little anxious, is there are no stairs. So you don't need to worry about your kid like taking a tumble down the stairs or anything like that either. So pros and cons to everything, y'all. It's all about perspective, truly. Okay, let's stop yapping a little bit and let's just get to cleaning. The sooner that we clean, the sooner we can read. And yesterday I was feeling kind of down in the dumps because we wanted to go see cherry blossoms here in Jersey, but the parking was terrible, the traffic was terrible, the weather was terrible, that we ended up just like never leaving the car. So I ended up going to the library instead to like make me feel a little bit better. And I found this book from Abby Jimenez, and I just decided to pick it up because I'm like in my rom-com era, and I have heard so much about Abby Jimenez and how good she is and how people kind of just like fly through her books. So I was really excited to see that there was at least like one on the shelf of like my library. This was literally the only one. I picked up the only one that they had, and I'm really excited for it, even though I also have another book on my Kobo that I need to open up and start reading that I checked out from Libby as well. It's called The Cheat Sheet by Zye and I'm. But honestly, when I'm trying to like stay a little understimulated or trying to combat like overstimulation, having like the physical book is so helpful. So this is what we're doing. And this year I am utilizing the library so much more because we live in a small apartment and I don't have enough space to be able to like store all the books that I want to buy. If you have read an Abby Jimenez book and there's one in particular that like you prefer or that you like the most, please let me know. Please, please, please let me know. I'm a total noob to her stuff, but I feel like I'm gonna love it. Okay, I switched to my vlogging camera, and honestly, like, it was so dark in here. I have to turn on all the overhead lights, even though I really don't like to, but you gotta do what you gotta do. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. I made the bed and that's all I have the energy for. We can blame this pregnancy, right? Like, we can blame the pregnancy for just like my sheer lack of like energy or will to do anything or even want to do anything. What I really want right now actually is a Domino's pizza. I just got a sudden excuse-moi. I just got a sudden craving for it. So I think I'm gonna ask my husband if he can do that for me. Okay, at a minimum, I'll just put away like my makeup products. I have been loving the new makeup that I've been using for this spring and for this pregnancy. I've been using the Tower 28 concealer. I love this actually. And I love it more than my Tarte Shape Tape, which is crazy because I've used that for literally like almost 10 years. This Ilia mascara, I just love it because it feels so clean and light. I love this Merit Beauty blush. This blush is so, so good. I understand the hype. And realistic mom moment here is that my blush looks like this. It's not even like super cute and aesthetic anymore because my toddler like got a hold of it one day and went to town. It is what it is, but it's still such a good blush.
Yeah.
I'm currently in my daughter's room. I have so many thoughts that I just need to like journal them down, and I figure I can just hang out with her in here, journal down my thoughts a little bit. I just have so many things that I'm thinking about. Like I'm thinking about things I want to buy, things I want to see, things I want to vlog, what I want to read. And it's also just like, girl, you're also 30 weeks pregnant almost. Slow down, you know, like calm down. But what can I say? Like, there's just so much that I want to do in life and that I look forward to. Like, there are so many things to look forward to that sometimes I really do need to force myself to like calm down, like just slow down. Like, things will still be there. Like, I need to think about myself. I need to think about my health. I need to prioritize rest. And that's been sort of like something that I've been trying to do, is like prioritizing rest, prioritizing times where like I can push like responsibilities off to like my husband, or just like push them off entirely because it's not really necessary. But it's really hard for me because like I just like doing things. Like, I like to feel productive. So I'm trying to feel productive now, like in different ways. And I watched a vlog from Annika Stevie actually, and she mentioned like non-productive joy. And I think that's like a really interesting concept and something that I'm leaning more into, but also like it's still to some degree productive because there is something coming out of like your creative pursuits. I am literally always like trying to remind myself like, girl, you are pregnant. Calm down. It is not that deep. Relax.